Good morning, everybody. As promised, this is another video of things you can do with your kids while they're off from school the next week or so. Yesterday we did watercolors. Today we are doing these bead animals. And this one's a snake. This one is obviously a very easy one to do. There's also Remy here. Which, if you guys didn't watch my video yesterday, I did introduce him to you all yesterday. So, you can check that out. Yeah, so this one's a snake. And I did a fun gradient on it when I did it. But yeah, so I'm going to start off by showing you guys materials that you need to do this. And then I'm going to show you guys how to make a lizard. Which, as you can see, I have my beads laid out already for that. So first you need pony beads, and they are these round beads. They are called pony beads. You get that at Michael's. They're pretty cheap. You can get a big container like this, and if you're going to make a lot of them, this is the best way to go. If you're not going to make that many, just a couple packets of whatever colors you want work just fine. And then you need some type of string. I like this plastic lacing. I find it works the best, it holds the best, and I can get it the tightest. And it doesn't get loose like a regular string does. So that's what I use. You don't obviously need this big roll unless you're going to make a lot of them. Just a small packet would be fine, and you can get whatever color you want. I have black because that's what I like for this. You need a pair of scissors, obviously, to cut that. No, stop that. And then if you would like, you need some type of keychain or something to tie it to. I usually just tie a loop like that so I can connect it to a keychain or backpack pretty easily. And then I can keep using the loop. I just change it out if I want to change which one I have out. Remy's really excited about it, so yeah, there's that. All right, the length of string you need, because as you can tell, I did not make this one the string long enough, so he's got a short tail. I usually do my arm width, so from one hand to the other across my chest. That's how long I make it. So I don't know how long that actually is. I've never actually measured it, but there's that. You want it pretty long. If it's too long, that's fine. You can cut off the excess at the end. But if it's not long enough, then you run into a risk of not being able to finish. So, yeah, so let's get started. Maybe, if Remy lets me. No, stop. Hey, lay down. Lay down. All right, so I got my pre-cut string here. So we're going to tie a loop in the middle of it. So the way I do that is Remy, I apologize. All right, so I meet the ends up like so. I don't know if you can see that. That's a better spot to see. So I bring the ends together, and then I go to the middle of the string where I have a loop now, and then I'm going to tie a knot right here. Just kind of, and you might have to do this for your kid. Your kid might not be able to do that. So there's that. That's a bigger loop than I wanted, but it works, and it'll be fine. All right, to start, you start with one bead, with the lizard, that is, and then you gradually increase the beads as you go down. So if you're just doing a snake, again, snake is pretty easy. So I start with 1, 2, and then I go to 3 for 2 spaces, and then I do 2 for as long as I want the snake, and then I just do 1 for a couple and tie it off. So And you can find patterns for this on Pinterest, Google. If you want to try a different pattern than what I'm showing you, go for it. But these are just the simplest ones to do, so that's what I'm showing you. And the cool thing about the lizard is it gives me a chance to show you how to do a limb on it. The snake obviously has no limbs, so that's why it's the easiest thing to do. So yeah, so start off with one, and I usually like to make the nose and the eyes, as you can see, different colors, along with the claws. So that's what we're going to do. Obviously this one I did rainbow, so this one we got a nice orange color that I'm doing. So whatever color you want to do works just fine, obviously. Anyways, so let's get started. So to do this, you're going to thread the bead through one side of the string. And then you're going to take the other side of the string and thread it through the opposite way, like so. And then you pull both strings, or both ends of the string, until you're in the middle. And you can try to center it if you want. It's kind of hard to, but it is possible. Remy, no. No. All right. And then we go for the lizard. You have two. And as I said, as you can see, I have him already laid out, so I know where I'm going in my pattern. It's going to get messed up because that's just how I do things. But anyway. So then we do the two. So you thread the two through, and then you take the other side and thread it the opposite way again. So you have both in the middle like that. And you pull until you're back. As you can see, I also have the eyes a different color. I just, again, I like doing that. I recommend just doing black. Because, again, it's simple. And it's still fun for your kids to do. And, heck, if they want to make a lot of these, they can even, like, sell them to their friends, if you wanted to do that. That is an option. All right, and then you pull. I'm just trying to do this in frame. Sorry, guys, if I'm not. And sometimes your string will get a little twisted up, but that's okay. This string does that more than like a cotton string or like the floss string that you use for cross stitching. I've used that before too. That works fine, but it also gets loose easily. All right, so there's that. So we have the head pretty much done here. And we're going to go on to, we're going to make his neck next, which is just two beads. All right, and at first it's a long process, but you get faster as you get more used to it and better at it. Well, yeah, better. Practice makes perfect, after all. All right, so then we are ready to do a leg. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the 3 leg pieces, like so. Probably putting them on one at a time would probably be easiest for your kid. I'm capable of doing 3 at a time, so that's what we're going to do. So I have the leg on first, and now we're going to put the claw on second. So you're going to string 6 beads total onto one side. And pull it tight, like so. You're going to take your string here, and you're going to go 3 in. So you're going to skip the 3 claws. This is why I make it a different color, so you can see. And you're going to go back up through the leg towards the body. And again, you might have to do 1 bead at a time, like so. So see, I skipped these 3 beads completely, and I went through these 3 again. And you want to pull it tight. It'll be easier to pull it tighter once you have the other leg on. So once you have it tight, it makes the claws like that. So let's do the other side. So same way, you get the 3 beads for his leg on first. And then we add the 3 claws after that, or the 3 beads for the claw. So 6 total. String that on. Then again, skip the 3 for the claw and go back up the 3 for the leg. And it works the same no matter how many beads you want to put out on the side. So like say if you want 1 bead just sticking out, you would stick the one side through the 1 bead and then continue down the middle with threading both sides through. But it's as simple as that to do a limb. And same thing with like a dragonfly wing or something like that. Usually I leave 1 bead in and thread back through that bead when I'm doing like a butterfly or dragonfly. I don't have one at the moment to show you, but that's usually how I do that. So next we got the body. So I'm doing a gradient in the middle of his body. So you see how I don't really have like a center in here on this one. On this guy, I'm going to do that. You don't have to, obviously. Whatever your kid wants to do, you can even just do random colored beads all throughout the lizard, and that looks pretty cool too. But yeah, so we're going to do the body. So we'll go with a 3 now. So thread one side through, and then the next side. I'm really on the side there, aren't I? Sorry. I'm not used to my camera being where it is, so just figuring it out. All right, so there we go. Now we got start of the body in here. And I'm doing kind of a gradient with the purple in the middle, just because I thought it'd be fun. But yeah. These are kind of a fun little way to kind of break up. I know some kids have to do schoolwork online. So, I mean, you can use stuff like this to, like, reward your kid for doing a good job or doing the schoolwork. Or just, you know, something to entertain them. Because I know it gets boring, you know, being stuck in the house all the time. All right, so then you do 4 there. So see? Just like that. All right, so then we have the next 4 going on. And again, it's probably easiest for your kid to just put them on one at a time. For the sake of time, and because I'm able to, I stack them and do it that way. So I can rock these out pretty quickly if I want to. Again, I've been doing these since I was 5 or 6, maybe 6, maybe 5. I don't know. It's been a while. I was living in Colorado at the time when I learned how to do these. And yeah, I was 5 or 6 when I first did it. So kindergarten age. So it's been a while, about 20 years, I guess. And I apologize for all the ramming noises below me. He has a big fascination of just being near me, which isn't a problem. I enjoy it. But it also means that he's kind of annoying because he likes to have attention a lot, which is expected with a young pup, you know. So here goes the rest of the body. So I do 3 4s. So let me show you this guy. 3 rows of 4 for the body, and then I go down to 3 here. So that's what we're doing here, going down to 3. And remember, you put one string in one way and then the other string in the opposite way. Just like that. So there's that guy. So now we're ready for the next set of legs. So let's do the 3 pieces for the leg, and then the 3 pieces for the claw. String it all the way on. Can we see? Yes. All right, remember, skip the 3 for the claw and go through the leg. And then pull it tight. Sometimes you might have to move it away from the body in order to get it right. That's what I just did. So now I just got to pull it tight. So if you have a gap like that, pull the leg pieces up like so. Hold it tight down. Hopefully you can see. And pull the string. And you'll get it tight. You might have to pull the other side to get these beads back up tight. But it works just fine. So like so. So there's that.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Sorry, that was my Alexa. All right. So now let's do the other leg. Or the last leg. So the 3 leg pieces, 3 claw pieces, on like so. Skip the 3 claw. Go back up through the leg. And pull it tight. Excuse the dog barking. Alright, so then we're going to do the tail. And so with that I do 3, 2, and then I do like 6 singles to make a full tail. This one we're just saying his tail got bit off, so, which might be a little gruesome, but you know, it's a thing, it happens. You know, it's a realistic lizard that's rainbow colored. It's a chameleon that can't make up its mind. Alright, so we got the 3 for the tail, and then we go down to 2. Sorry. I'm used to my camera being on that side, so I keep holding it over there when you guys are over here. And yeah, that's just fun. Alright, so now it's time for the singles. So let's go. So 1, 2, 3, and you can make the tail, your kid can make the tail as long as they want. Or you, if this is something if you don't have a kid and you're doing this, no judgment at all. I do this a lot. They're just fun, and I still have a lot of these materials, so, you know. They're a fun little, like, extra gift to give people, you know, handmade gifts and stuff. Little keychain, and you can, literally, you can do, like, anything. You can do a horse, you can do, I've got a Pikachu one around here somewhere, I know. You can do a minion. I've got a horse, a unicorn, a couple dinosaurs, butterfly, ladybug, turtle is another popular one. Oh, sorry, I started to do this and I didn't explain. All right, so now we have him done. You know, we have his tail done. So I started to tie him, but I also realized that his tail isn't tight all the way, So now I just kind of go through and I make sure everything is nice and tight up top. Because if you get spaces in it, it can rip easier. And also spaces in it bug me. So we're going to check everything, make sure everything's nice and tight. So that means I'm going to tighten his tail up. Because there are some spaces in his tail. Alright, so let's get this one nice and tight. There we go. Alright, so to complete it, you are going to tie a few knots. You might have to help your child do this, just to make sure it's, again, nice and tight. If you're using this type of string, if you're using regular string, it'll be fine just to tie regular knot. This one I like to tie a couple of knots and make it nice and tight like so. And then when you are done with your knots, See, I have a pretty large one there. You're going to cut the excess string off. I leave some extra space just in case it comes undone, like so. And then he is done. So that is making a lizard or gecko. I believe is that the actual animal made there. And there's that. And then obviously for a snake, if you don't want to do a gecko, if you think that's too challenging for your kid, or your kid doesn't feel like, tries to do a leg and can't do it, because it does take practice. You know, keep that in mind. It is a practice thing. You can just do a snake, and they are just as easy. This one I didn't tie a loop on because I forgot to do that. I was going to do that on the end, but I ran out of string again. So yeah, there's a lizard and a snake. 2 lizards and a snake. So there you go, guys. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Press that like button if you did. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified for more videos that I have. Not sure what we're going to do tomorrow, but I'll figure something out. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and have a good one.